Welcome, everybody. This is AJ's Crypto for those of us that are average Joes. Um, so, my plan here on this channel is to be able to bring some insight to some of this cryptoness. I am pretty darn new in this space. I don't have but maybe a year. Got into this due to the pandemic, and I really like math. So I can kind of put a lot of this together and figure things out. So I'll give you history lessons and all that other craziness as we keep going through this channel and doing different videos and whatnot. I changed my channel over, if you can see in my wonderful background. Um, we're gonna call me AJ. I am the average Joe, and this is my crypto channel. All right. Anyway, so on top of that, I used to do cell phone stuff. I still do cell phone stuff. I'm probably still going to use this channel to produce cell phone stuff. That's why my cell phone videos are still posted. That way we can keep a constant flow. Those current subscribers in this video that you see back there, 2.75K, are because of all my cell phone stuff. So I don't want to lose them. Hopefully I don't lose any of my subs because I've turned this into a crypto channel, but as I might lose some, I might gain others, so we'll see. This is a channel where I am kind of gonna help defunct son of the nice son, some of the kind of hype men that are here on YouTube and TikTok and everywhere else, where these guys love hyping something up. If it's the popular thing to do, they just jump all over it. They put it all in their titles. I mean, that's all they're talking about almost every day, if not every other day. When you get one crypto in the news, next thing you know, these guys are all just like, let's put that in our title so we can have clickbait. And then you guys just keep clicking it in hopes that they just keep making money off of, being verified on, say, TikTok, or being, I don't even know what they call it here, but a similar verification kind of thing on here in YouTube. Having just all the right people and having these channels that are just making the money off any single video. And of course, it's again just clickbait to get you to click. Now I'll be using those same kind of clickbait patterns, but I'm going to kind of be trying to defunct their whole thing. So when they're hyping something up because they're like, oh, this is a really good project, it's a real good program, I'm going to tell you why it's not. And I'm going to tell you why I think that it's kind of garbage. And it's not to sit there and say anybody who's invested needs to sell. I'm not trying to do that. I am literally here to just kind of help everybody figure out new buying patterns, I guess I could say. It's not so much if you're already bought in, like the first program, the first project I want to talk about is Cardano, that I'm going to crap all over. And not because I think it's a bad project, not because I believe that at all. Again, if you listen to the first part of this video so far, I love math, and so because I was really good into math, I used that to be able to put together just basic logic on what you should want to invest in. Now, I'm already invested in Cardano. I am. I'm in ADA. It doesn't, whatever. I'm in at a higher level than some of the other BS coins I like to be a part of, but even still, the amount of money that I'm into, I'm not going to change that because it's going to go up. There's no denying it. I just might, enjoy it going up this bull run and then bail the heck out of it and never look at it ever again in my brain, because there's no logic to really want to look at it again in my brain. So outside of that, let's use this time to make this video into my background. So we'll do the background stuff of sorts. So one thing I did, and this is, I guess, credibility. We'll call this my credibility video. One thing we did, my wife and I, was we got into Ethereum. So I'm a big fan of Ethereum. I love what it represents. I love that the 2.0 upgrade and what it's going to represent. I love everything about Ethereum. And if you can look at Ethereum, if you were a newer person and you don't know anything, like you don't have a clue, you're just starting to get into videos and looking at stuff, Ethereum is literally what Windows is for a computer. That's what Ethereum represents. Ethereum is, in a sense, a full shell operating system that before Windows, like even at the beginning parts of Windows, Windows existed, but through DOS. So there was like a blockchain that already existed, and Ethereum had to exist through that blockchain. And that's not what's going on here. Eventually, what happened is DOS has to go through Windows now. I mean, that's what it has to go through. Um, the most badass part about Ethereum is it's like that, where everything has to like pretty much run through Ethereum. Now there's other blockchains, Binance, Cardano, Solana, Polkadot, and yeah. Um, but Ethereum is like the original, the big guy, the big boy out there, and with what they are doing, I mean, the fact that they've had really high gas fees and really slow transaction times is probably one of the biggest reasons it's opened up to allow competitors to take some of the market cap away from them. But it's nothing that's gonna like do anything come Ethereum 2.0. Like those guys will still exist. They will still have some kind of value of the market share. But like when Ethereum 2.0 comes out, if it actually lives up to what they're talking about, like 99.95% energy reduction, thousands of transactions per second. I mean, those other guys are wasting their time. like, like if they're put it this way, if Ethereum 2.0 existed from the beginning, nothing else would need to exist. Nobody else would. What would have been the point? You would have made something like Binance would have came out and been like, "Hey, we're gonna make a blockchain," and they would have been like, "Hey, that's great. Why?" There would have been just no need anyway. So without the explanation of Ethereum, what Ethereum represented to me when I first looked at it, I first got in under Robinhood. I didn't know about wallets. I didn't know about crypto. I didn't know about crap. I literally, when I got into the stock market, knew we were in a pandemic, and so the only thing that made any logical sense to me was look up vaccine. And so I found that there was this company called Moderna who was the front runner, and that maybe I should invest in them. So I invested a bunch into them, a couple $1,000, and did really well off that. So I was not going to complain, cry, or have a problem. But I wanted something that was going to be quick. I wanted quick money. And a lot of these guys who make these videos, these hype guys that I'm talking about on YouTube here and TikTok, they like to crap on guys like me who just want quick money and to jump out. And, you know, I mean, I do have long-term goals in crypto. I just named my biggest one, which would be Ethereum all day, every day. I mean, it is literally, I mean, from numbers standpoint, maybe, but logic, people are weird. You know, psychology is a bit weird. Ethereum should for sure bypass Bitcoin. Like it, especially if Bitcoin doesn't get upgrades to reduce its energy costs and better its transaction times. I mean, there is no reason Bitcoin should be worth a damn, except for the fact that, and this is here the psychology, it's the first thing that existed. So because it's the first dang thing that existed, it's the only reason it's worth what it is, and it's the only reason why when people crap on it, whether it be Elon Musk or China right now, and they tank the dang thing, that's the only reason why it's tanking the rest of everything with it, because everybody has Bitcoin still in their brain as the front runner. If they would have just let this bull run be the bull run that it was really looking to be, and eventually, like maybe after in the bear market, kind of like crap all over Bitcoin, that would have been great because you would have gotten Bitcoin to tank off the way it needed to, and then hype up Ethereum. The drawback is you're literally getting institutions right now going full steam into Bitcoin, and you're now getting them to second guess. Are the institutions going to second guess? No, they see it as a medium of currency, a medium of transaction value, and so of course they're going to put into it. And of course, institutions are going to keep going. We might hit a stall point right now for sure. They're saying one of the biggest people who are buying in, which is what keeps this thing jumping up every so, you know, a day drops and then all of a sudden you watch it rise back up and then it drops and then it's rising back up. The whole reason that's happening right now is because of institutions buying into the dip. They see this thing going, you know, oh, Bitcoin hit 30K, let's buy the jack out of it, because literally it was double that, like double that. Hey, let's go ahead and on a surefire thing, you know, because this thing was already 60K. Let's go ahead and maybe, you know, spend 1.5 billion. You know, not that I'm picking on Tesla and Elon, fun boy. That it will easily like double. I mean, oh yeah, well, how about we take 1.5 billion and turn it into 3 billion before the year's out? I mean, that's almost like surefire. Anyway, if that wasn't the case, yeah, Ethereum would be able to rise way sooner. I think Ethereum's going to still rise way sooner once 2.0 pops out. But that just depends on how fast some of the upgrades get in. They're talking the next one in July will probably be the one that really sets fire to Ethereum. And if we're still going through some kind of wishy-washy BS, I would like to see. Let me not say you will. Let me say I would like to see Ethereum really start taking off and on its own, even at that rate on its own, because there's no need that it should be sitting still, gawking and doing nothing when close to $1 trillion, and I'm thinking we're probably about half a trillion right now. That has come out. And like I said, another half has gone back in. But at one point here recently, in the last couple of days, I mean, we saw $1 trillion come out of the market. So I mean, Ethereum's cap could, increase like crazy. They could really punch Ethereum through the roof. Anyway, so the thing we did was we saw just on the graphs. We looked at the graphs on Robinhood and I saw that from percentages and then from reductions and then from years past, all the events past 4 years ago. So actually it was right at the beginning of 2018, so 3-ish years ago. But 3 to 4 years ago, when this all went crazy bull market wise, and then 3-4 years before that, I want to say it was like 2013, when this was all going crazy then too. This, you can kind of see the patterns. It was kind of more pattern prediction, where I watched what the graphs were doing, and I saw, and at the time, I'll be honest too, I thought literally the only cryptos that existed were the ones that you could buy on Robinhood, which I think were like 7. I think there was 3 Bitcoins, SV, Cash, and regular, and then they had the 2 Ethereums, the regular and classic, and then I know they had Litecoin, Dogecoin. I know I'm missing 1 or 2 of them. But yeah, I digress. They had those, and that's literally all I thought was in the crypto market. I didn't know there was anything outside of Robinhood, to be honest. Didn't know there was Coinbase as an app, Binance as a blockchain. Had no idea what any of this was, and so I just looked at those guys. I looked at Bitcoin and what it did in those in the 2 previous events. Because at the time on Robinhood, you could check a 5-year pattern. So in the 5-year pattern, I was able to at least see the first. Then what I did is I went on Google and looked up the Bitcoin pattern that it hit in 2013, 2012 timeframe, from the halving to the bull market pop. And so then, and just went crazy with it. I saw the numbers of the percentage increases from when the halving event happened to when the bull market was over, and saw what percentage increased on Bitcoin. And then I saw Ethereum was kind of mimicking it. So Ethereum did a very similar increase in value. So the value of the actual coin went up something similar in this event current, from the halving that we were seeing coming into 2020 at that point. Because again, I was doing this research before the halving event even happened last year. And so I saw where Bitcoin went, and then by number and value of Ethereum at that time, judged that Ethereum has a very realistic chance of doing the same thing Bitcoin did the year prior, or the event prior. You saw Bitcoin roughly around, I think, 700 a coin, and jump all the way to like 19,000 at its peak. And so, based on percentages and where Ethereum was at, it was lower. I want to say it was like 400 a coin. I want to say maybe when I was doing this research, maybe a little bit lower. My first purchases into Ethereum was April last year, and at 150, I think, a coin. So anyway, I then saw where it has a potential to get, I predicted maybe 10, 12,000 this from the year prior, or at when the bull market pops. So, and then as time has progressed, I've gone into seeing other people's predictions of when the Bitcoin bubble will pop this year, September they were talking about, and then kind of assumed that Ethereum should be after, based on the fact that Ethereum's like an altcoin to Bitcoin. But I don't, at some point Ethereum's going to coincide with Bitcoin. So it's going to kind of be the market leader as well. I don't know if it's going to be this event, or if it'll be the one we're going to see 2024, 2025 bull market, when that's going crazy. And Ethereum maybe might even be at that point more aligned with Bitcoin. I don't know. Some are saying All right, I digress. Let's not go into the summer saying, because that'll just be another coin I got to crap all over. So as far as that goes, that's my background in all of this, and where I'm coming from, where I have some knowledge in this. I did take a good substantial 5 figures and buy into Ethereum throughout 2020, and I am up crap tons of money. I mean, even in this bad couple days where we've been just getting all crapped on in the market, um, the buy the dip time frame ultimately. I've done phenomenally well. Like I'm still not any bit, I'm not even close. I mean, I might not be, shoot, I might not be 10x. No, I was 8x. I don't know. I might not be 8x or whatever. My value 6x. I don't know. Anyway, I might not be that high, but I'm definitely still up, no problem. I'm also a Dogecoin jumper. I jumped into Dogecoin shortly after. I knew, maybe I didn't know other cryptos existed still. Maybe I thought it was still only that. Yeah, I think I did. I didn't know any other cryptos existed still. So, still in 2020, I saw Dogecoin as a means more for the average Joe. We're talking like, I'm AJ and this is AJ's crypto. AJ is standing for average Joe. So at that point, being an average Joe, I figured it'd be a lot easier to buy into that coin. First time I bought into that coin, it wasn't even a penny. So like I said, last year sometime. And it was a joke. Like, I didn't even know the coin itself was created as a joke and this whole thing behind it. We bought it as a joke because I spent all what me and my wife talked about on Ethereum and literally had $300 left on buying power on Robinhood. And I was like, what am I gonna do? And so then I was like, hey, how about as a joke we just buy a crap ton of coins, more than what we have in Ethereum. Let's just as a joke buy Dogecoin. Ha 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 ha. And so we bought $300 worth, and when it first hit a spike and went to, I think it was like 7, maybe 9 cents, maybe it hit 9 cents, in its first big jump. We sold out at like 2. It hit like 2.5. I was all thrilled. I was up like $900, so I was like, turn $900 from $300. Why not? And so sold it, and then it just kept going up that whole day. And I got FOMO. That's when I was introduced to that terminology, and felt like I was missing out. So I bought back in at 7. And then of course it went and hit 9. I didn't do anything with it. I think actually it did hit on me, maybe 7, and then it kind of stayed there, and then it came back down. And so when it came back down, I bought in like crazy, and that's when I started seeing a reality to things. I started telling some people, because I felt at the end of this cycle, this bull cycle, that lots of people that I would talk to, I would tell them, hey, I made some money on this, like really good money, and they'd be like, dude, why didn't you tell me anything? And so, I mean, that's one of the biggest motivators as to why I started talking about it. That's one of the biggest motivators now why I want to change my I get paid by YouTube to, when I make cell phone videos, like I'm literally going to change that entire channel over to crypto, because I want to try to help people make money in crypto, and quick. Like, I'm not talking years. I don't want you to have to wait years to make money. Thankfully, with the Moderna purchase I made as a stock, I was able to make money on that, and that was only a couple months. But that was because it hit fire when, of course, the Moderna vaccine was announced, or given FDA approval. So some stuff makes sense even in the stock market, but based on how quick it can move based on good news. The thing with crypto, I mean, there's a whole market where this thing's going nuts. Granted, I don't think the stock market has something like that, or is positioned to play with something like that. I also don't believe the companies in the stock market are anything close to what these companies in the crypto industry can do for us, at least in the digital world. I mean, obviously, Goldman Sachs and stuff like that, but have a very similar play. But you can't take somebody who's like doing a Walmart, and you kind of can't make them into a crypto. I mean, Walmart could have its own crypto, but it's going to then only benefit by shopping in their stores, online, et cetera, et cetera. Whereas, which, God, that would be an amazing idea for Walmart. Anyway, everybody should just do it. I'm going to make my own crypto too. We're going to call it AJC. Anyway, so needless to say, and if you make it, maybe we'll Naming a partner or something. Anyway, but no. So that's kind of my background. I've made a bunch of money for people with Dogecoin. I got my mom into it. She put like 600 bucks. This is February. I got everybody into it February. They put mom 600. Wound up getting something like 11,000 coins because again it was only 5 cents, 6 cents, and so I got guys at the gym that I go to. They were the ones I figured were going to talk because I talk all the time to them guys. I figured they were going to be telling me the same thing. Oh man, why don't you tell us? I felt, oh, by the way, too, I felt the same way. So in 2016, 2017, I did have a guy who was coming to my store and he was talking about Bitcoin like crazy. Nothing but just Bitcoin. But Bitcoin like crazy. And I didn't listen. I didn't care because there was a couple different people who were saying it, but nobody was like, hey man, you should get in. You should, let me tell you about this. They were just, hey, I found something that's going to make me a shit ton of money. And yeah, we'll see how this goes. That's kind of not the way I wanted to be. That's kind of not how I want to be. And that's why I'm making videos now on YouTube to push out, because I want everybody here to be able to possibly make money. Again, I will say, my channel says it, I'll say it, I am not a financial advisor. You need to research everything you ever hear from me. Don't just take me at book value. Go look this stuff up. Look at the graphs. I can only point you to see what maybe my eyes saw. And so that way then maybe if you're somebody who didn't see it, you can. I mean, just like I just said, I didn't even know there was more cryptos than the ones that were on Robinhood. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know wallets. I didn't know how this stuff transacted, addresses, none of this, none of it. I'm literally one of those guys that just started and then went ape nuts, and eventually, like, not even, I can't even tell you at what point in 2020 I finally started looking into all this and seeing a whole different world. And then now being where I'm at, you know. So I like I said, I'm very big into wanting to make people money. Did very well. You know, my mother made, I want to say, over $5,000 on that 600 bucks. Dad's in, dad's making. He's got a couple hundred he hasn't pulled out yet. The guys at the gym I was talking about, there was one guy at the gym made him $3,000 on 400 or 500 bucks that he put in. Another guy made a couple $1,000s. I made a bunch. At some point, I got wise and I bought a lot, and I was about at 6.5 because again I got in at 7. I bought a bunch of other coins at 5. So I mean, I was in decent, and we'll just see, or we saw how well that went. And then at some point I bought back in. I pulled my initial investment out, so then I was working on house money only. You know, none of my actual first investments, any of my cash investments were gone. Like, I took it all back out. So literally what I have in Robinhood now is not any of my money. I pulled it all that back out. So now all the money that's literally in there, my balance on that account is literally my circulating balance from everything I'm buying and then selling and then buying and then selling. For instance, sold a very big amount of my Dogecoin when it hit 50 cents. Made all my money, pulled that initial investment back out, still had a bunch of money left in. Bought it back in again at 40 cents. Coinbase news happened. The night before the Coinbase news came out, that was when I got in at 40 cents. It tanked down finally to 40 cents. And Coinbase hit. That thing jumped 10 cents. I already had the limit sale in and sold it at 49. So, I mean, I made lots of more money just that quick. So I mean, I'm very big on giving those guys the same help. My mom did the same thing, bought in. She's a little different how she sells. She wants to hit higher numbers, it seems, and she doesn't mind waiting. She definitely doesn't like looking at it every day, whereas I'm looking at my balances all the time throughout the day. I can't get away from it. I love seeing every single thing that it does, whether it's up, down, anywhere. It doesn't make a difference. I bought into a new crypto today, well, actually last night for the first time, but I put good money into it after I talked to the wife today. And the purchase amount was, price-wise, wasn't very much money. It was a couple $100. But the amount of coins was so high that it was going to literally give a price impact of 2%. So the price was going to go up 2%. I'd assume. I mean, assumed 2%. When I went to the graph showed like nothing but red, because this was in the middle of the tanking, and so nothing but red. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you see my nice little green line. So that was kind of neat. That was kind of cool to see that you can have an impact on something so small. So stay tuned. I'm not just gonna be a bearer of bad news in this channel. I'm definitely gonna be a bearer of good news. But the good news that I'm gonna be passing off is gonna be coins that should be able to make you a good jump. I will tell you, in some cases, I believe it's better to sit on this. But we have a very big bull market bubble pop that's supposedly going to happen October, November. And so you can pretty much buy anything and get somewhere with it at this point. So stay tuned to more. I'm going to end this video at this. We've got 25 minutes in, and I'm going to see how it sounds and everything like that, and make sure this is the right thing I want to do before I post it on my YouTube channel, especially as my first video. But definitely stay tuned. Make sure to like and subscribe so you get notifications whenever I go live. I believe there's a bell. Yeah, let me point the right way. There's going to be a bell by my subscription thing. Let's do this because it's going to be somewhere. Nope. No, there we go. Yeah, somewhere, maybe that. Anyway, you want to hit that bell because that way then it'll tell you every time I post a video, you'll get a notification. And I don't know if I'm gonna post every day. Some of these guys I want to crap on. I'm not gonna crap on them directly. I'm just gonna crap on things they say. So if they post daily, which there's a couple of them that I think do, I might be posting daily. So you might be hearing a lot more from me, but stay tuned. Like I said, make sure to like and subscribe. I hear one guy say that the algorithm here on YouTube is based on, especially in crypto, we're kind of on a downplayed set of things because so many people are trying to rush into this network right now, this market, that the more you like it, the better it'll get for not just me, but crypto as well. So that way then more people are getting information about this as they need to see it and need to hear about it. And again, not a financial advisor. Please research everything I ever tell you about. Feel free, go on Robinhood right now. Go look back the 4 years. They have a 5-year thing. So go look back and you'll see 4 years ago plus or where not, where everything was going nuts. And it was the whole system was going crazy. And then compare the numbers. Now, I want to say May last year might have been the halving event. Look around May. And then go from May, and all I did is I went from the price at May, and then the jump that it hit, Bitcoin hit theirs late 2017, Ethereum hit its in early 2018. So then check the jump and see what it is, and then you'll see the percentage differences of sorts, and then literally contrast, and that's what I did. If you can go see an old school photo, I'm gonna pull one up right now on my phone. I don't have it on my computer at the moment, but my phone one, I like the phone one anyway. On the phone you'll be able to see these were all the epics that happened. So these are all the different ones. You just look them up. Every single Bitcoin event that happened, you can literally see what it did. Now you can't see the percentages on something like this, but like the one I was able to check, I was able to actually see what percentages it went up and went down within a 10-year pattern. So I was able to go 10 years back on whatever app or whatever this thing was on when I did this, and was able to see that. So you'll be able to see the same thing and do it. You know, just put truth to my words. Don't just take my word for it. Go do the research. And I will see you again. Thanks for watching. Again, like and subscribe, please. Bye.